So, um, so you said when you were younger, you were always just kind of writing music,
Let's see, like, I don't remember what it was. So I grew up going to this really small church, and I would write a song and sing it up for a special. And it was some Christian song, and then I wrote a few more in high school, like Heartbreak, and they're not good. One about my grandpa passing. I think that one's pretty sweet, but just to myself, like I would write them down, sing them, maybe in the shower, play it on my guitar the best I could. I didn't really get into like singing in front of people until the past few years. So
okay,
yeah.
What was the light switch of?
I think when I went, I played that song for my family, and they're like, "Wait, you have more?" And I was like, "Yes, I have a lot more."
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, "Wait, we love them all. Like, we really need to get this out." And so that's really what started it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And there was nothing in particular that you were like, hey, I want you to listen to, like, there wasn't anything that kind of triggered that initial moment.
Well, they could always hear me playing, like, in my room,
mm-hmm.
and they would always beg me, "Come on, just play in here, play for us, we're not going to judge you or anything." And I'm
right.
like, oh my goodness. That and a lot of relationship heartbreaks, so yeah. After so many, you have a lot more songs.
Right.
So I had a lot of material to work with.
When you said the first song you ever played for him wasn't like a serious song,
it was either I'm trying to think of which one it was, because it was either Hunting Land, which I have out.
Yep.
I remember I brought that one into the dining room. It was like, "Hey, I just wrote this as a joke. I think it's funny, hilarious." I was never going to put it out. Like, I thought that was the one time I was going to sing it for them, was right then and there, and that was it. And they just loved it so much. It was either that one or some other one I had written before that, mm-hmm. about heartbreak. But and it might not have been as serious, because I didn't think I was going to take it anywhere except for the living room, maybe. So. And
do you think like that like having that guard down of this song isn't that serious, mm-hmm. it might be okay to, like, oh, hey, let's go see if we can make the parents laugh or the family laugh, mm-hmm. or whatever? You think that was kind of
I think so.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. And so then it was from there off to the races, and here we are. Slowly.
I had to kind of step my foot. They would encourage me, like, "Let's get into a studio." I'm like, "I don't know, and still, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to figure it out." So
what's been the biggest, like, question? Like, obviously getting started was mm-hmm. a huge hurdle for you, mm-hmm. but, like, looking at your music and where you're at now, like, what's currently, like, the biggest question you have?
Probably where to go from here, because I know that I like singing by myself, but I think, anybody with a band is, mm-hmm. It just enhances everything. Mm-hmm. So if I had, like, at least like a trio to start off with, mm-hmm. and then maybe a band, I think that's my next big thing that I want to hurdle eventually, if I can.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And, like, that's always kind of the appeal for bigger venues, is the band. But I feel like a lot of, especially like singer-songwriters, mm-hmm. solo acts, mm-hmm. they rush so hard to a band, mm-hmm. that it almost hinders them in a way, mm-hmm. because, like, the one thing you have going for you right now is, if, say, in 4 weeks you're like, "Oh, I've got a show in Lafayette, Louisiana," mm-hmm. or "I got picked up on a show in Lafayette, Louisiana." Guess whose schedule you have to clear? Just yours.
Mm-hmm. Not everybody else's.
Yeah. And so, like, especially this early on, like, that flexibility is so valuable, and just kind of trying to figure out who you are as a musician, who mm-hmm. you want to be as a musician, what kind of music you want, just kind of like figuring out who you are. Like, just getting those reps in, that's mm-hmm. the biggest advice I give a lot of people, is it's like the reps are the important thing.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So
little steps matter.
Yes, they do.